The MotoGP paddock was abuzz throughout the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend at Balaton Park, with whispers of a dramatic rider market twist. Yamaha are reportedly set to retain Jack Miller at Prima Pramac Racing for 2026, leaving Miguel Oliveira's future in limbo. While no official announcement has been made, sources close to the team suggest that Yamaha have opted for continuity by keeping Miller on board. The Australian, currently under a one-year deal, has often been the second-best Yamaha rider behind Fabio Quartararo this season. However, his position has been precarious, particularly with Toprak Razgatlioglu confirmed at Pramac next year, and Yamaha's strong interest in Moto2 talents Diogo, Moreira and Manuel Gonzalez. That potential shake-up now seems to have settled. At least for Miller, Moreira has turned down Yamaha's approach in favour of joining LCR Honda, while Gonzalez is understood to be staying in Moto2 with Intact GP. With those doors closing, Yamaha were forced to choose between Miller and Oliveira. Miller has not hidden his frustration at Yamaha's drawn-out negotiations. Speaking candidly earlier this summer, he said, "I've been patient enough. If they want me, then they want me. If not, then fine. It's as simple as that." That bluntness, however, has not diminished his stock. Yamaha's reasoning is reportedly tied to their long-term project, the introduction of a V4 engine in 2026. Unlike Quartararo or Oliveira, Miller has a wealth of experience with V4 machinery, having ridden it during his stints with Honda, Ducati and KTM. The Japanese manufacturer sees this as invaluable in accelerating the development of their new bike. From a technical standpoint, Miller's adaptability and aggressive feedback could give Yamaha a crucial edge as they transition away from the inline-4 philosophy that has defined their MotoGP identity for decades. It is a high-risk but potentially high-reward move, banking on a rider who may not be the quickest week in, week out, but who offers insights no other available option can match. For Oliveira, the situation looks increasingly bleak. The Portuguese rider entered 2025 with a 2-year deal at Yamaha, but clauses in his contract reportedly allow the team to release him if performance targets are not met. His form on the M1 has been underwhelming, and his struggles have left Yamaha questioning his long-term place in their project. Sky Sport. Italia now reports that Oliveira is in advanced talks with Aprilia Racing to become their second test rider, working alongside Lorenzo Savadori. It would be a step down from his current role, but not an unfamiliar environment. Oliveira previously rode Aprilia machinery with their satellite outfit in 2023 and 2024. Aprilia may view his race-winning experience as an asset in refining their already competitive RSGP package. Yet for Oliveira, such a move would mark a sobering shift from frontline racing to a supporting role, a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in MotoGP. Yamaha's rider strategy reflects a broader ruthlessness that is sweeping across the MotoGP grid. With Razgatlioglu arriving, Quartararo secured, and a new V4 project on the horizon, the factory is clearly prioritizing experience and technical synergy over short-term results. Miller embodies that philosophy, not necessarily the flashiest rider, but the right man for the engineering job. Oliveira, on the other hand, finds himself a victim of circumstance. Once hailed as a future star, injuries, inconsistency and team politics have left him searching for stability. A test role with Aprilia could keep him in the MotoGP ecosystem, but it would be a painful downgrade for a rider still in his prime. The Hungarian paddock chatter makes one thing clear. Yamaha's decisions are no longer simply about podiums on Sundays. They're about laying the groundwork for 2026 and beyond. And in that equation, Miller fits the puzzle better than Oliveira. The situation also highlights how MotoGP's rider market has become increasingly brutal. Just one poor season can push a rider from the spotlight into the shadows, and Oliveira appears to be the latest example. Despite his proven speed and history of race victories, Yamaha's decision suggests that trust in him has evaporated. Teams are less forgiving than ever, with performance data and development value now weighing more heavily than past glories. Miller's case, meanwhile, shows the value of adaptability in today's MotoGP. He may not have the same raw pace as Quartararo or the dazzling flair of Razgatlioglu, but his knowledge of different manufacturers and riding styles gives him an edge when a factory embarks on a fresh technical project. Yamaha are effectively betting that Miller's engineering input will outweigh the risks of keeping a rider who has not consistently challenged for podiums in recent seasons. For Oliveira, a potential move to Aprilia as a test rider could still serve as a lifeline. Aprilia have been steadily climbing towards the front of the grid, and having a rider of his caliber in their testing ranks would strengthen their program. Test roles today are not merely symbolic. With limited track time available to official teams, test riders often play a crucial part in shaping the machinery. If handled correctly, this could allow Oliveira to remain relevant and perhaps even open the door to a return to racing in the near future.